This is actually different than the way we teach usually in the church. Oftentimes we can go into a class and the teacher might take almost the entire time without students, learners doing much or even being invited to do much.
And I want to be very clear in saying we're not just making this discussion groups, we're not employing the kinds of methodologies that are used in education in all parts of the world. That's not what this is about. It is about moral agency. It's about acting and not being acted upon. Because when we act, the plan of happiness is so that we can learn from our own experience. And so to the degree that we are both providing gospel truth and then inviting people to act upon it, then that's the complete range of teaching, not just standing and talking. This is tied to a verse in the Book of Mormon where it says that the power of the Holy Ghost carries the power of a message unto the heart. It's significant to me that it doesn't say into the heart. It's unto the heart. With missionaries all the time, the missionaries think, if I just bear a more fervent testimony, if I'm just better prepared, if I just do this, if I just do that, then I can force that testimony into a person's heart. And the answer is, no, you can't. All you can do is bring it right here. The question then is, well, what happens to get it inside?
Yes.
And the person has to act in faith according to truth, and that's how it goes from unto to into. So a teacher standing and talking can deliver a lot of stuff right here, but it's not until we invite the learner to act that the learner begins to invite it inside. So I've said in other occasions that the best lessons in life are not taught, they're caught. And you catch them when you're inviting them into your heart.
So, and in a sense, what kind of action does the learner take? I mean, it could be all kinds of different actions, right? To get that, to catch that and to get it inside the heart.
Well, when we use the word act, we think, well, they have to be standing up and motioning or doing something. It doesn't have to be that kind of an action. A teacher can simply pose a question and not rush in to give the answer. I heard Elder Perry on one occasion describe the number of ancestors that came from the first Perry who was baptized in 1832. Now, if you just simply pose the question, how many folks from 1832 to 2002 or 2012 or whatever, how many members of the church do you think came from that one Perry baptism in 1832? Now, you could do this as a part of a talk in a stake conference. You're not going to have people raise their hands and give answers, but you can invite them to act. You could invite them to have a number in their mind. And then when you say that between 1832 and 1992, there were more than 10,000 members of the church from that one Perry baptism, you kind of go, whoa, I was thinking 500 or 5 million, whatever. But you're working, you're acting, and the Holy Ghost then has a vehicle. It has a channel to be able to get into your heart and teach you things you wouldn't get any other way.
So you're saying don't be afraid as a teacher to give a little pause, a little silence for a moment for people to think and to actually invite the Holy Ghost in.
I'm going to be more blunt than you perhaps want me to be.
No, it'll be blunt, yeah.
Sometimes teachers just abhor silence.
Right.
So they ask a question that is not well framed, not well expressed. The people don't know what's being asked, and everybody just sits there. The teacher assumes, well, these people won't participate. Well, part of the problem is they don't know what the question is.
Right.
And because the teacher is panicked by the silence, they restate the question again, and people think this is a different question. And this 3, 4, 5 times, and the people are bewildered. The scriptures say, be still and know that I am God. The Holy Ghost is the teacher, not the person at the front of the classroom. And if we believe that, then we ought to be still and let the Holy Ghost do his job. When you pose a question, giving people a minute to comprehend the question and think and even ponder and pray is a pretty good thing so the Holy Ghost can do the work.
And maybe even find a verse if they want to find a verse.